I'm just standing here. I don't want everybody to wait out in the heat too long. So, hi everyone. Thank you. I'm Alder Dina Nina Martinez Rutherford. My pronouns are she, her. I am currently wearing a pink shirt, sunglasses that I'm going to have to change out to read in, and then I have my hair in a bun. So, first of all, I want to thank everyone who helped make this possible, everyone who came out today. This is a huge crowd. Those of you who are standing in the shade today, thank the mayor for all the support always, and all the teams, Common Council and mayor staff team. Thank you all so much. Thanks to the people who came out to support and the people who will be speaking today. Today we raise the Disability Pride flag for the first time. This is history, this is visibility, this is pride. Folks with disabilities are not separate from our community. They are our community. They are our friends, our family, our neighbors, our coworkers, our artists, our caretakers, and our elected officials. They are Madison. They are Wisconsin. And they are the heart of what makes us whole. And yet we live in a world that too often treats people with disabilities as invisible, as burdens, or as afterthoughts in public policy and city planning. So today we say no more. As the federal government seems poised to gut Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act, programs that provide essential care, mobility, and independence to millions, and we say enough is enough. Yes. Care is not a luxury, access is not extra, and no one's humanity is up for debate. So when we cut funding for care, we ignore accessibility. When we design systems that exclude, we're not just failing the disability community, we're failing everyone, because access benefits all of us. And justice, real justice, means everyone gets to belong. As an able-bodied alder, I know I carry privilege in this space, and that means I carry responsibility to help shift power and to fight for a city where no one is left out, not because of their body, their mind, or their needs. So today is not just about raising a flag, it's about raising our standards. It's about raising awareness, raising action, and raising hell when people come to try to erase the needs and rights of those disabled individuals in our community. So we are going to raise this flag today as a reminder that pride is powerful, that access is love in action, and that disability justice is social justice. Thank you to everyone who made this possible. Let's keep building a city and a country where everyone belongs fully, freely, and with pride. I would like to welcome Rebecca Hoyt, who is a Disability Rights and Service Specialist with the City of Madison's Department of Civil Rights.
Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca Hoyt. My pronouns are she, hers, and as a brief visual description, I'm a femme-presenting, fair-skinned person with green eyes and brown and silver curly hair. I'm wearing a blue dress, a green sweater, and sunglasses. I am so proud to serve as the City of Madison's Disability Rights and Services Specialist. I want to share my deep gratitude to Mayor Sadia Rose Conway, Alder Martinez Rutherford, and the Common Council for organizing this beautiful celebration of disability pride and representation. I also want to thank Nikki, Jason, Denise, and all of the other community leaders who've joined us here today for their tireless work year-round for and with our community. Yes, let's applaud for that. This month we celebrate the 35th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. The Americans with Disabilities Act is a beautiful piece of legislation. It changed the world and has made it possible for people like me and countless others to learn, work, and be a part of public life. But even the framers of the ADA would tell you it is not enough. The ADA places the burden of implementation on people with disabilities to file complaints in order to exercise their rights. That is why the City of Madison has taken the proactive step of revitalizing our ADA transition plan. We have spent over the past year evaluating all of our programs, facilities, and pedestrian spaces in order to identify and develop a comprehensive plan to remove access barriers for all Madison residents and visitors. This is just one way that we can honor the legacy of the advocates and activists that fought so tirelessly for our rights to access. This July 1st is bittersweet. We are fighting, and there are many fights ahead for the disability community, and it will take all of us. It hurts my heart that there are those who still cannot see that our value transcends a line item on a budget. That we still must proclaim that a world is richer with us in it than without us. In the words of Alice Wong, advocacy is not just a task for charismatic individuals or high-profile community organizers. Advocacy is for all of us. Advocacy is a way of life. It is a natural response to the injustices and inequity we see in the world. So this year, our pride must be loud, unapologetic, and bold. Our movement must be rooted in community, solidarity, and a commitment to our collective liberation. And if anyone tells you what you cannot do or says our lives are tragic, we must dig deep, take space, and know that it is our disabilities and our identities that make us magic. Together, we are strong, we are beautiful, we are powerful, happy, disability, pride. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Now I'd like to invite my friend and the reason why we're all here today. She is a disability rights advocate. She is a member of the MMSD school board, and she is the founder of Vandermeulen Law Office. Please welcome Nikki Vandermeulen.
Welcome. Wow, huge crowd. Good afternoon, Madison. My name is Nikki Vandermeulen, and I'm happy to be here today. Today marks a historic moment for our city. As we raise this disability flag for the first time in Madison, we're not just hoisting a piece of fabric to the sky. We're elevating the voices, experiences, and dignity of every person in our disability community. I stand before you today as an attorney, as a school board member, and a proud member of our disability community. Like many of you, I faced barriers that seemed insurmountable. That's when I learned that our disabilities don't define our limitations. They reveal our gifts and our resilience, innovation, and strength. Now, the ADA was passed 35 years ago today on July 26, 1990, but Madison was already ahead of the curve. In 1982, we passed the Equal Opportunity Ordinance and added disability as a protected class in 1993. This is ahead of almost any other place. We've been home to advocates such as Martha Shrevo, newest school board member, Faith Kiel, who created MORE and created the Wheelchair Lemon Law, and T.S. Banks, who created Loud and Unchained Theater Company, which celebrates disability justice alongside gender and queer justice. You see, this is who we are, Madison. This is our legacy. one of inclusion, not one of separation. You see, having a disability isn't something that needs to be fixed or cured, regardless what the Department of Health and Human Service directors have to say. We're here because we are who we are and we are who we're supposed to be. We are a natural part of human existence that needs to be accepted, shared, and celebrated. Like a basketball team, anyone who knows me knows I'm slightly obsessed with the sport. We all do better when we focus on each other's strengths, when we focus on each person having their own talents and their own way to contribute. That's how we do it best. As this flag flies today during some times in our federal government that are going to be rocky, I want this to be a celebration, and I want this to be a beacon to remind every person with a disability, visible or hidden, that you belong here. You have the right to dignity. You have the right to participate fully in every aspect of life. You have the right to be seen, heard, and valued exactly as you are. And to our allies watching today, this flag rises for you too. It's a call to action, a reminder that true community means everyone has a seat at the table. Madison, as where our flag takes place among the others, let it represent our city values. Let us challenge assumptions and build community where every person can thrive. The flag is rising, our voices are rising, our community is rising. Thank you, Madison. Let's make this a disability pride to remember. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikki. Our next speaker is the Executive Director of Access to Independence, Madison's only disability-led and run organization that provides resources, services, and advocacy for people with any type of disability, all ages, and all identities. Jason Belaungi. Did I say it right? Okay. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Jason Belaungi, and I want to offer a quick visual description of myself. I'm a white man with brown and increasingly gray hair, wearing a white button-up shirt with purple and blue stripes and brown and gray pants today. Before I begin, I want to thank Mayor Sadia Rose Conway, council members, and city staff in attendance, as well as the other powerful speakers joining us today, and all of you who joined us to be a part of this amazing ceremony. As mentioned, I am the Executive Director of Access to Independence, Madison's only disability-led and run organization that provides advocacy, resources, and services for people of any kind of disability, all ages and all identities. I am also a person with a disability, having lived with ADHD since I was a child, but not diagnosed until late in my 30s. For years, I was in denial about my own disability, despite years of struggle with relationships, getting an education, and keeping a job. It wasn't until after I began my journey in the independent living movement that I started to understand the power of our lived experiences with a disability. Through that journey, which included peer support from my colleagues with disabilities, I began to accept my disability and embrace it as part of my identity. That's why I value disability pride and why it's so important that we recognize it. Disability pride is an antidote to stigma. Stigma that continues to infect attitudes, communities, and our society. A stigma that fosters the belief that disabled lives are less valuable than non-disabled lives, and that continues to prop up the shameful wall of exclusion. Disability pride is the antidote to the belief that Americans with disabilities have equal access because of our most recent civil rights law passed 35 years ago this month. So how does disability pride act as an antidote? For example, it brings us all together to further demand an end to the caregiver crisis that keeps people from living their lives as they choose, and that keeps people stuck in institution settings, or worse yet, forces an early death for too many in our community. Disability pride brings us together to demand an end to inaccessible spaces and places that tell disabled people we're not welcome and there's no need for housing that's universally designed with units that are move-in ready for all bodies. So that's why I am proud to join you all today to raise this flag. And as we raise it, we raise the value of disabled people. We raise our demands for true equity, inclusion, and belonging. We raise the expectation of policies that solve the numerous barriers that we face. And we raise this flag to lead on together. Thank you and happy Disability Pride Month.
Thank you, Jason. And final speaker before we raise the flag and dismiss this conference. She's the executive director of Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired, and I have had the distinct and great honor of serving on Transportation Commission with her for the last 2.5 years. Please welcome Denise Jess.
Oh, happy Disability Pride, everybody. This is amazing. I'm Denise Jess, the Executive Director with the Wisconsin Council of the Blind and Visually Impaired. Our mission is to promote the dignity and empowerment of all Wisconsinites who are blind and low vision through advocacy, education, and vision services. I am also a proud member of the City of Madison's Transportation Commission. I'm a 44-year resident of the City of Madison, coming here as a freshman to attend the University of Wisconsin, and I have been blind since birth with just a little bit of functional vision. It is a profound honor to be standing here today among these incredible advocates. Check us out. We are awesome. And it is so amazing to live in a city that strives to lift up the inherent worth of all residents, including residents and visitors with disabilities. So I'm proud to be here. It's been 35 years, as you've heard several times during this conference, since the passage of the ADA, and decades of work to get it across that first finish line. Today, let's celebrate. Let's call out the things that are evidence of our progress, that we have more accessible and safe communities through smart street design innovation for pedestrians and cyclists, particularly for those of us that are most vulnerable users. We have an increased and accessible and robust bus network and bus system in this city. We have access to digital information for those of us who use assistive technologies to be able to use a computer. We have representation on our city government and employment and throughout our community of people with disabilities. And we are shifting the attitudes and beliefs about people with disabilities, reshaping the narrative into one of possibility and potential and talent and gifts, away from the belief that we are inconveniences, objects of pity, and sometimes even burdens. Celebration is so important because it gives us the perseverance to keep doing the hard work, and it gives us an opportunity to call in our allies. However, we are just scratching the surface of what it means to create a truly authentic, inclusive, accessible, equitable community. We have a lot of work to do yet. Every day, those of us with disabilities face countless barriers that shape every bit of our lives, every bit of our day-to-day decisions. We are 25% of the population, yet as one of the largest marginalized groups in the world, we face huge barriers to employment and huge levels of poverty. And when we are members of other marginalized groups as well, those burdens are even more profound. So let's not just celebrate today, but let's keep the work moving. So my hope today is that I am calling to all Madisonians, our colleagues, our friends, our neighbors, our public officials, and our business leaders to work together for our liberation. Woo! Thanks, Nikki. I did not plant Nikki in the crowd, so thank you for that. We can do this work together. You all can help open the doors of opportunity to switch that narrative, to recognize us as people of potential with untapped gifts and a desire to contribute to our greater good. You can help shift the narrative. We can together build an inclusive city where universal design is the norm, knowing that when we build for people with disabilities and create for people with disabilities, everyone does better. In the words of the activist Helen Keller, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. So today and every day, let's collectively lift up the value, the voices, the power, the talents of people with disabilities throughout our community, and let's continue to be leaders in the disability rights movement. Thank you so much, everybody.
I'm going to have Nikki Vandermeulen join me to raise the flag so it's not like a conglomeration of a bunch of people. And we're going to let people get out of the shade really quickly. So thank you. Thank you all so much.